In this video, we'll show you about the control panels, your electric control panels here inside the stairwell. Your fire extinguisher is located inside here as well. Above your fire extinguisher is your inverter. So typically this will be turned off when you're plugged into shore, but if you're underway and you are utilizing the TVs in the bunk beds, this will need to be turned on. That'll give power to those TVs, just the TVs in the bunk beds, while you're underway, while you're driving down the road. None of the other outlets will work. That's just the way that it's designed. This is just set up to power those TVs. So keep that in mind. If you want to turn it off, just simply turn it off. That actually runs off of the battery power, so you want to make sure that that's turned off when not in use. Now, most important thing is your main disconnect, your connect and disconnect switch. This controls is like the main breaker outside of the actual breaker box. This turns on all of the power to the unit. So make sure when you get into the unit, when you first get into it, just turn that on, make sure it's plugged in. That light should light up when it's turned on. Now keep in mind, if you are connected to shore power, that light will be lit up, but it may not be connected. So you just want to double check that that is connected. You'll hear a click when it goes off and a click when it goes on. So make sure that that is on. Here is your entrance steps. What this does is when your doors open or when the doors close, if you have this turned on, the entrance steps will stay extended until the vehicle started, and are put into drive, and then the steps retract. If you turn that off, every time you close the door, the steps will retract. Every time you open the door, they'll retract. But if you don't want that constant opening, waiting for the door or the steps to extend and retract while you're stationary, then you just turn that up. Here you have an outside light. Just flip that up, and the outside light is outside of the unit. That'll give you a little bit of light. It's not very bright, but it gives you a little bit of light so you can see the steps. And then your aisle light is simply just this little light right here. So at nighttime, it's good so you can see where the steps are at, and you can see that the steps are extended. You want to be careful at night when you're entering and exiting the RV. This is the extend and retract for the awning, and then this is your LP gas detector to make sure to see if there's a gas leak or things of that nature. That's typically on when you're in the RV. You can leave that on. It'll beep for a little bit until it gets refreshed, and then if it detects a gas leak, you'll hear that sound. So when the RV's set for storage, that's turned off. But you can leave that on when you have the unit. When you're in the unit, it doesn't run anything. It doesn't do anything. It's just there for a gas detector. So I suggest turning that on when you're going to be in the unit. And while you're using the unit. It doesn't need to be turned on or off depending on when you leave. This is really just turned off for storage purposes. Thank you.